I built a new studio. What was the rest? Line? I'll show you. Go. I built a new studio. Let me show it to you. So for the longest time, I really wanted to update my home office studio setup where I shoot videos and do all my work and computer stuff. And one of the things that I had in mind was to make it look relatively clean, absolutely full of utility, and then also automate like lighting and certain things and just wall mount things and get things out of the way, just make everything work and look good. My name is Chris, this is Coalition Gaming, and today I'll be your computer technician. Or studio technician, I guess, huh? If you're new around here and you like this sort of content, PC gaming, hardware, tech reviews, tutorials, all that sort of stuff, make sure you click that subscribe button. We always got more coming. Click that like button and yeah, let's get to it. All right, come along with me. I got a lot to show you guys. Over here, I have my Predator bone carving statue. I got this in Mexico as a souvenir and it fills this space as a decoration really nice. So really like it right there. Then coming this direction, I have my GeekDig headset stand, which can also hold a cell phone actually. So I have my phone there. Then I put my Creative Sound Blaster H6 headset right there, just like that. If I'm not using it, I got a spot to put my phone. So I really like the usability of this thing. Then I have my two 24-inch monitors. This one on the left is my OG Asus VG248QE 144Hz 1MS gaming monitor, but I recently upgraded over to this PG248Q from Asus as well, which is G-Sync 180Hz, I think. But yeah, I wanted the sizes to match, so it's really important that it did it that way. But the frames don't exactly match, but yeah, they're still real nice. These are actually suspended on a triple monitor stand, and the triple monitor stand I got specifically for the extra usability, I guess you could call it, the pole gives you, and that the extra stand gives you here. As you can see, my ring light, my newer ring light that I have, is mounted on a separate arm. That's I believe a newer super clamp adjustable magic arm, and I wanted to keep things off the desk, not have too much stuff on there like tripods and lights and all that, so I used this monitor stand to do that, and it actually came out pretty good. Then on top, or I guess you could say inside the light, I have my streaming camera, Sony Alpha A5100 with a 16mm f2.8 lens. Then as we come down, I have my Sound Blaster K3 Plus audio interface. Got all the adjustments that I could need for my condenser microphone for streaming and recording. Super nice little unit here. But right below it, I have my EVGA Z10 keyboard, mechanical browns, my favorite kind of switch. Have my USB hub. I can turn different ports off and on with it, charge my phone with it, do whatever I want, but it's really nice that I have my access to USB here. It's powered, so it won't take too much voltage from a USB port. And then next to it, I have my Stream Deck. And we're gonna get into why I'm really loving the Stream Deck now for this new studio setup shortly. So I have my newer microphone arm here as well, actually mounted directly into the wood through a little hole that I drilled in the desk with the XLVon BM800 microphone. But yeah, I really like that I can just move this out of the way, push it back, and then be done with it. I also have my EVGA Torque X10 Carbon mouse. My favorite mouse I've ever used so far, on top of a ADATA XPG RGB like hard mouse pad. And I won this one, so don't think I went looking for an RGB mouse pad to look in the studio. I won this, and I really like that I can change the colors on it right here. The crown jewel of the studio setup right here is my main computer. If you guys want to see more on this, I have a full build video on it with all the B-roll and all the stuff you could love. It's a Ryzen 9 3900X 12 core, 32 gigs of RAM, an RTX 2060 Super, fully water cooled with SwiftTech stuff. Well, I guess the CPU is water cooled, not the GPU, but maybe the GPU will come later. And I got my Coalition Gaming sticker right on there. This rig is a monster. And finishing off this side, I have my 42-inch TCL 4K TV. It's a 4K 60Hz TV, as a matter of fact. And I'm using this sort of like a third monitor. And when I stream, I throw OBS and stuff up here. If I'm just hanging out in the room, I'll have videos playing up here. It looks super sharp because of that 4K, man. Moving on to the other wall in the room, I made sure that I had full access between my main setup over to the left and this setup over to the right. This is my test station. So if I'm working on anything, I have it on my test bench, this Praxis wet bench that's right here, and I have it all connected into this. So if I'm testing motherboards or if I'm testing computers, I'll move the wet bench out of the way, put the computer here, but I have full access to both stations from one seated position, which is something I'm actually really happy with how this all turned out. Just an old school keyboard and a cheapy HP 1080p monitor, nothing special on this side of things because it's just for testing and benchmarking. But then right above it is my tool wall. My pegboard tool wall is something that I thought was going to be super useful for this room because I'm constantly working on stuff and it can hold all my tools. I can suspend cables from it. I can decorate it, make it look good. It has all sorts of useful function as well as serving as something that just looks good in the room, and I couldn't be happier with it. Now, mounted onto it was something that you guys might recognize from our RGBs 2.0 build video are these V1 Tech plates. And now these are generally meant to be put inside of a computer, so I used a little serial ATA adapter to power them up through this USB hub and make them light up and have light up decoration. But this USB hub is more than just to power those guys. The USB hub is actually running the keyboard, mouse, webcam, and headset, and any other accessories I can plug into it. So if I'm ever testing anything in this spot, I can just plug in one cable from the USB hub instead of having to plug all these 3 or 4 cables into whatever I have here. So ultimate functionality right there. Then continuing along this way, obviously more stuff on the tool wall, little Hawaii decoration, another souvenir, an old motherboard. That's a socket AM3 or AM2 Plus motherboard as a matter of fact. But then as we continue down here, I have my Red Bull mini fridge. Now I'm not copying Ninja or anything. I've had this for several years, but it just sat in the garage. But now I have an awesome setup to bring it into, and there it is. Now it can't be like my own personalized room without some decor as well, additional decor I guess. I have my Venom poster over there, my Avengers poster over there, and then I even have my own bar clock up here as well as a Doom poster under it. Might be a little harder to see because of the lighting, but we'll get some other shots in for you guys. Now for taking thumbnail photos or just keying out things in general, the green screen that we got from our newer video a while back, down there tucked away in a nice out of the way spot. If I ever want to use it, I can just slide it out from there, pull it up, and there we go. I love those expandable green screens. Just take it out, put it away, done. Then with it, I have my main camera here that I shoot with when I'm doing videos. We got Wayne behind the camera here with his good camera. I got mine right here. It's a Panasonic G85 with the Viltrox EFM2 speed booster and a Sigma 1835. And honestly, I'm really happy with the way that this turns out, but I do wish it had better autofocus, I'll tell you that. Then as we come down here, another thing that I really wanted to add to this room for functionality was an electric sit-stand desk or height adjustable desk. I put the butcher block countertop on it. This is one that I bought, finished myself, and then mounted it to these legs. Now these are the monoprice legs, it's a single motor, and it can go up and down, pretty good size. And this is super useful to me because if I'm building on it, I can get it to a height where I don't have to bend over and hurt my back. I can also sit at it and work on things, or if I wanted to shoot videos in front of it, I can just lower it to whatever height that I want it to. If I want to sit, I can have it there. If I want to stand, I could have it there. Or if I just want to have somebody else hanging out in this room, I can either have them at that station, or they can use the sit-stand desk, which is just so useful. And on top of that, I have it on sliders, so I can literally move it around to the room, through the room, wherever I want. And yeah, just super useful. Now, you might be wondering about my countertops, or rather my desks. They're butcher block countertops. And I got them at Home Depot, had them cut to the right size that I needed for this room. And then I finished them with some urethane acrylic, got it looking real nice and shiny, real strong, scratch resistant. But something like this needs to sit on legs, like it's just countertop. It doesn't come with anything to put it on top of. So I went to Ikea, and figuring I needed storage in the room, because when you're working on stuff like this, you need storage. I got these drawer cabinets that are designed to hold up a desk. And I used 4 of them throughout the room to mount all the butcher block countertops to. Honestly, I feel like it came out so good. there's a huge thing that I wanted to do, that I wanted to accomplish when it came to setting up this studio in terms of usability, as well as just making everything take up less space. You know, light stands and tripods take up so much space, and if you have a light, and I have a light there, there, and up there, that can take up a lot of space. So I wanted to wall mount my lights, and I found these little wall mount magic arms, wall mounted magic arms. And I got these lights, they're newer. I forget the exact model number, they'll be linked in the description below, but they have these barn doors to help direct the light, which is super useful. But they're mounted directly into this thing with a little, I guess it's a tripod light stand adapter that actually holds it in place. And now I don't need, like right now this tripod right here has its own space. But if it didn't, I'd have to deal with the light stand tripod right here and have two things here. It would be a mess. This honestly saves so much space in the room, and it's incredibly functional. But you still got to turn them off and on. And I have another fix for that as well. I wanted stuff to go through my Stream Deck, and I have smart plugs running all the lights into the Stream Deck using if this then that. And also, the RGB strip that you guys see behind the desk is also controlled by my Stream Deck and if this then that. I'll show you guys the integration right now. So I have my Stream Deck here. I configured everything through if this then that, if you guys have heard of that, which basically means I have my smart plugs, smart Wi-Fi controller for the RGB strips, and all sorts of stuff, even for my floodlights back here. So in total, I have 6 smart plugs, and then I also have the Wi-Fi RGB strip. I have my lighting button right here, and from here I can have a button for shooting, and it'll turn on the lights that I mainly use to shoot videos. I have my streaming button, which will turn on all the lights that I mainly shoot to stream. I have all on, all off, my door light, side light, overhead light, floodlights on the right, floodlight on the left, RGB, that's the strip, and my bar light, which is the clock that you guys saw. All controllable right here through my Stream Deck. So let me just run through real quick for you guys. We're gonna start with all off, and then I'm gonna turn them on, and you guys can see what happens. All right, so starting with the door light, which is currently right behind Wayne. I'm gonna turn that one on by hitting the button. Then we have the side light, which is the one back there behind me. Gonna hit that button. Then we have the overhead light, which is above on the ledge. And then we have the left floodlight, add some color. We have the right floodlight, add some color on that side. And there that one goes. I have my RGB strip, and you guys will see that one turn on, add some color throughout the whole room. And I can control from here whether it's red, green possibly. Let's see, there it should go in red now. Now I'm gonna go to green, or I can just leave it in rainbow colors. So there's green, I'm gonna hit rainbow, and we'll just leave it there now. And then I have my bar light, which is the clock, which is up there. You guys will see that turn on right now. All without me having to go and reach around and turn anything, except for this light. This light wasn't smart compatible, but that's super easy. It's within arm's reach, little touch sensor. But just like that, I have full control all through my Stream Deck. We're gonna show you guys a video on that later on that go into the specifics of how to do that and how I did it. But yeah, honestly, the automation here is awesome. So there is something I wanna talk about when doing stuff like this. There's so much work involved, especially if you want to do good wire management. Wire management is the bane of my existence. I'm not very good at it, and obviously, yeah, when you have these many things to show, when you have all this to show, all this to connect, and all this to deal with, it's really difficult to make it look good. So I still do have a little bit of a mess over there on the right side by the right speaker behind the computer. It's way cleaner than it used to be. Believe me, we do have the before and after shots, which you'll be seeing, but this is way nicer. It still comes out okay. And on the bottom, my old setup used to be an absolute mess, but it still took a little bit of effort to make the bottom look good. And it honestly still looks pretty good to me, and I think to most people. It's not an absolute rat's nest down there like it used to be. So definitely, if you're thinking about doing anything like this, make sure you have wire management in mind and you go through do it the right way to make it look good. I took a little bit of shortcuts, and that's why it came out the way that it did, but overall, I still liked it. I sound treated the door. I have a video where I showed the application process and why I did this, and sound testing it. It actually works, it works well. It's not just the foam that you're seeing. there is sound deadening material behind that. Super useful, and yeah, works. I've always been about making the most out of whatever I had, and that showed in my previous sort of office studio setups. But I wanted to mention, and I wanted to say that all this is not meant for me to be gloating or anything like that. I'm not shilling for anybody or shilling for anything. I bought the majority of everything you see here in the studio with my own money, and I set it up. I had help from Wayne and some other friends as well to help get it all built. Lots of time was sunk into getting all this done right, but more than that, there are a lot of years building up to this, and that's honestly what helps it make it feel that much more of an accomplishment, and it feels great. But don't think that you guys can't do whatever you can do with whatever you have. Everything is great when it comes to it, and as long as you're gaming, streaming, and having fun, that's all that matters. All links to everything that you've seen here, at least as many as I can put together, will be linked down in the description below. So make sure you check that out if you got any questions or you like any of the stuff that you see here. So that's the studio. There's a lot going on in here, and I can't wait to work in here, shoot more in here, and share more with you guys on that. If you like this video, click that thumbs up button, click that subscribe button. We always got more coming. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to see your guys' pictures. What kind of studio setup you got? What kind of gaming setup you got? Let's see it. Join our Discord, drop some pictures. Let's talk about it in the comments. We'll see you in the next video. Bye. My back. Can't have an awesome new studio without the fake plant. Hell yeah.